Hey folks, 99 here, and happy Saturday to you. Today I'm coming to you with my Pecron E2000 LFP stack or system, the system that I called the system that I was going to use for my pretty much the home backup system. And I also have here the EcoFlow River Pro that I've had for a couple years, and then the Jackery 500. And I'll tell you why I have those two out also in just a few minutes. But the reason for this video is I think I announced on one of the community tabs or something like that on my channel was that I was going to start showing more reasons and uses for your power stations other than just plugging up a light or something simple like that. We all need light, but I think most people kind of associate a power station with having light. But today I'm going to feature the portable 12 volt water heater, and they call it a water heater because it heats water. It could probably heat any kind of drink that you needed in a cup or something like that. But this one is powered by 12 volt, and I'm going to try to follow my cord here. As you can see on the E2000 LFP, it is plugged in here to the 12 volt port. And then, as you notice, I have two of them. They were only 20 bucks, so I bought a pack of two. The second one is plugged in here to the 12 volt portion of the extra battery on the E2000 LFP. So the extra battery has an extension wire that you can plug into the 12 volt port there, which allows you to use your 12 volt cord here. So that's how you get the extra battery to do its portion of the work. So there are two of those elements, and they're heating elements, water heaters. So I thought it would be a good idea to show that you could actually heat water with the elements by way of your power stations. Like I mentioned earlier, the funny thing is the E2000 LFP will do it easily. Let me show you what it's outputting, and we can go here on the meter, and it's showing that it's at least on this unit, it's outputting 144 watts. The package says that it's a 120 watt heating element, but it's actually pulling 144 watts. Thing about it is, I have the Jackery 500, which is not as powerful as the EcoFlow River Pro, and I have the extra battery for that unit, but I didn't bring that out. Jackery 500 will run one of these elements, but for some reason, the EcoFlow River Pro says overload. River Pro is a 720 watt hour power station, and the Jackery 500 is a 518 watt hour power station. To be honest, I use my Jackery 500 a lot more because it's pretty much the same size as this, but it's a little bit lighter. It's just easy to grab and go. Most of the time, the EcoFlow River is plugged up to the extra battery, so it's just not as accessible to grab and go. But the Jackery is always ready. So all three systems for me have a use and a place in my preparedness situation as far as power goes. But back to the water heating element. Again, like I said, I have both of them hooked up. One is hooked up to the 12 volt port on the head unit, and then the second one is hooked up to the wire on the backup battery, and the backup battery is running it just fine. I tried to save everyone the hassle of watching the water heat because I don't do a lot of editing and stuff like that. And I found out that water heats or boils at 212 degrees Fahrenheit. I haven't been able to get this water to boil, to be honest with you. But if I can zoom in here, and you can kind of see the bubbles from where the water is hot or very, very, very warm. So it looks like it's starting to boil, and it's not quite at that 212 degrees Fahrenheit temperature. But I brought out my infrared thermometer, and I'm going to show you here, and it'll be indicated by, you'll be able to see it point because it's a red dot. If you'll see that red dot right in the center of the pot there that I'm moving in a circle. So it's showing that the water is at 144 degrees. And then we'll compare that if I do it in this. Here's my trusty little, my favorite Alcatraz cup from when I made a trip to Alcatraz years ago. I love that cup. That's my everyday cup. And so let's see, this water here, the infrared pointer is in the middle of the cup there. That's just regular room temperature water. That's 73 degrees. So the water that we're heating, once again, is actually 144 degrees. To me, you could use 144 degree water to help warm up a bucket of water. If you had to bathe with that water, you can use that to pour into a pack of oatmeal or some freeze-dried food. I'm assuming. I don't know what temperature you have to get it at, but I can tell you this water is, even touching the side of the stainless steel pot, is very, very hot. And for my viewers, I'm going to just, this might be stupid, but that's pretty hot, to be honest with you. And I wouldn't eat my food this hot. I'd let it cool off a little bit first. So I'm thinking that, yeah, I would eat oatmeal with water at that temperature. I think it'll do a good job at that. Any freeze-dried food that you have, you could probably use that and be okay with it. I think at this point, what I want to do, I want to try to demonstrate, if I can. Let's see what will be the easiest way to do this. I'm going to unplug this one from the head unit, and I'm going to see if we can call on the River Pro to help us out. So can I use the EcoFlow River Pro, at least mine, for this situation? Overload, as you can see. Let's take it out, let it reset, and we'll try it again. Overload. I'm not really sure what that's about. So we'll go over here to the Jackery. I'm sorry, that's the wrong side. Didn't need to do that. DC power on. Pulling 121 watts, closer to what the package says. Just want to make sure. And the Jackery has no problems at all running it. So here's the package. It didn't have very much as far as instructions or anything like that. So it says it's 12 volt, 120 watts. Jackery is pretty much verifying that it is. Just turn that back on. Pretty much 120 watts. But EcoFlow couldn't do it. If someone out there knows more about power stations than me, and you know why the EcoFlow would not do it, but the trusty Jackery would, you can let us all know down in the comments below. But so far, this water is being heated. And let me see, maybe you can see if I'm still enough, you can probably see a little steam coming off the top right here in this area up against the black background of the power station. Let me see. That water is steamy hot. Not quite a rolling boil yet, but it is hot. Let's check out the bubbles. People like bubbles. So what do you think? Tell me what you think, folks, in the comments below. If this is something that you would use, if it's a good idea. One other thing that I want to mention, some people will buy the water kettle that you plug up into it. I guess it's a DC water kettle that you could plug up and heat water, which is probably a good idea. But if you're a backpacker, or let's say van lifer, camper, or something like that, and you're bringing a power station, I would think the last thing you would want to bring was another appliance that could take up a lot of room. One of these water heating elements actually folds up and rolls up and goes into your accessory pouch, just like one of these. Those are right here in this pouch and didn't take up much more space than what's in there right now. So once you close that up, your heating element is in your pouch, and very little added weight, not much extra room. And that's your heating element for water, maybe hot chocolate, tea, whatever you drink. Rinse it off, wipe it down, keep it protected, and it could probably help you out. Folks, thanks for watching. This is 99. Have a good day, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Remember, please respect the working class, and we are out of here.